Time to uncover some more of those hidden gems. You know, those stocks that you might not otherwise discover unless somebody like Tracey Ryniec lets you know about them. She's got a couple here that have caught her eye.
Yep.
And you're going to tell us why, right?
Right.
First one on the list, MKS Instruments. They make instruments of some sort.
I never know on some of these tech stocks like what's going on with what their actual business is, because I actually wrote what they do up on the slide because it's kind of amorphous. All I know is that one of their big customers is the semiconductors, and that area is super hot. Semiconductors, you know, those are the little chips that are in every electronic or any kind of device these days.
Yep.
And big demand. They saw revenue in that segment up 15% quarter over quarter.
Yep.
And the analysts expect this to continue into 2017. So this company is seeing really good earnings growth across the board, mainly because the semiconductors is one of their biggest customers. And you can see I put up the earnings estimates here. They're surging this year and next year, 30% earnings growth this year, another 20% for next year. I love that. Investors have finally figured out this stock to some extent. You can see the chart. It's at the 2-year high here, trading around 20 times. That's not super expensive. You are buying a growth stock here, so you're getting the double-digit earnings growth. If it's any kind of pullback here, I would be even more interested, but I still really like this area, and this is kind of one of the ones that you don't normally think about because it's not making the semiconductors, it's like helping those that make the semiconductors.
Right.
So these are, you know, interesting companies to keep in mind and to keep on your short list if you want to get into that area.
All right, and then there's Snap-on. These are the tool people.
Yeah, we've talked about them a couple times, but not many people are as aware of Snap-on as what I think they could be. They're in Kenosha, Wisconsin. They're one of those kind of all-American companies that just kind of goes about their business. They do have a global business, but their tools, everybody has used their tools at some point, especially if you do any kind of auto repairs. They do a lot of diagnostics. So if you go to that Jiffy Lube or, you know, those kinds of places, they're probably using the Snap-on tools. So autos is their big area, but they have a lot of other customers too. They've been slowly, you know, they're kind of, like I said, consistently growing their earnings. Some analysts were concerned that maybe their organic growth on the tool side was maybe going to be slowing down. It's kind of cyclical because once you buy the diagnostic tools, do you need to buy them again? You got it right, a couple of years maybe. But we're still seeing some decent earnings growth here. We're going to get like 12% this year, almost 10% again for next year for a company that's been around a couple decades. That's very good earnings growth. Not super expensive here, trading around 18 times. You can see this chart is more choppy. You had a real big buying opportunity there at the beginning of the year. I think we did in almost every stock, but certainly in this one. But over the course of the year, you also had, you know, a chance to get it cheaper.
Yeah.
People a little bit worried about the global economy and maybe the auto sector too. But now we've gotten this little spurt. If this one pulls back some more, I would be interested again in getting into this one. But both these companies, you know, have the good outlook, and as the economy starts to heat up, both should benefit.
Doesn't seem a little pricey to you?
At 18 times?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Like I said, I would have liked to get it in
Lower,
February or
well,
anywhere else lower. But it's not super overpriced here. But yes, with a little bit lower growth, you know, you're not getting as much of the premium on the growth side. So I would try to wait for a little bit more of a pullback here.
Still a hidden gem. All right.
Yeah.
Do you own either one?
I do not.
Okay. Check out more stock information on our website, Zacks.com. And there is where you can also listen to Tracey's latest Value Investor podcast. The title of it, Are There Any Value Stocks Left? She'll answer that question in that audio podcast. All you need to do is get over to Zacks.com's homepage, and there's a little section of stories right under the headline story, and you can scroll through those, and that's where you'll find that title that Tracey has put together. With Tracey, I'm Terry Ruffalo.